When I first got my pellet stove, I was using wood chips that were soaked in or had melted wax poured over them or something. You know, they were wax coated wood chips to start the thing. And I noticed all the different products on the market, the gels and the sticks and different things. And, you know, they're pretty expensive once you have to restart your stove every once in a while. And I thought about doing wood chips and wax, but I don't produce enough wood chips. I'd have to make wood chips. And I thought, well, what about just shredded paper? So I had a paper shredder, and it's easy to find free wax. It's easy to find free paper. So this is the pellet stove fire starter. All I do is shred up some paper, and I'll show you how, after I've ran it through this little shredder, how I mix it up. It's real easy. And basically, you know, just shredding paper is shredding paper. I mean, there's nothing hard to it except for trying to do it while you're filming yourself do it. But, you know, it's just shredding paper. And you just spend as much time as you want gathering shredded paper. What takes the longest is melting the wax. I never realized how long it takes to melt a pot of wax. It actually takes a long time. And this is a pretty hot little hot plate, so I'll come back when it's melted. And one thing, newspaper is the best. I've found sometimes, or I've used this sometimes, the regular just white computer paper, because we had a bunch that got kind of crinkled up and stuff, but it'll take the wax really well. Any glossy paper from the newspaper or anything that has some kind of shine on it, I steer away from that, just because it doesn't absorb the wax very well. All right, when you've got enough shredded paper, just come over to anything you want to use to mix it up in. I was using this box, and I just figured I'll get less wax waste. It won't soak into the cardboard that I can't use. I mean, you could use chunks of that cardboard. That's kind of what I planned, but I use it for other fire starter, not my pellet stove. So, anyway. Okay, I transferred this into a smaller pan, and I'm just going to pour it over and mix it like you would pasta sauce. I mean, I like to use a little bit and then mix it up, and I use a stick. I got these at the dollar store, but I don't know if they're going to work any better than the stick. Just some smalls. Mix it up, just mix it up like you would spaghetti. Get it poured in there. Oh yeah, I can tell this is going to work better in that box anyway. Now I'll just pour it all in. Yeah, I've been using the stick. I think it works better than the tongs anyway right now. A lot of it sticks to the bottom because the bottom's cold and it immediately sets. That's why I thought this plastic would work better, because I can break it off and reuse it, remelt it. I've melted it down, wax full of paper. It doesn't matter. So I'll get some more. That's not really enough wax yet. And I already had this big pan. It had some solid wax that had been melting in it. So I threw it back on. A lot of times I do just use the smaller pan. Okay, let's take some more hot wax over here. And I'm not making a huge batch. A lot of times I'd mix in a lot more paper. Each time I'd put wax in, I'd add more paper. fill the whole box that I was using up. That's another reason I wanted to get a tote, is because that's not as tall a box. I'd like to make more of a batch at one time, then I don't have to make it all the time. And you put a handful in. It's about all you use at a time. Just to squish, and I squish it down hard so there's a good chunk of wax in the core, and then it burns a long time where your pellet stoves lighten up. That's about it. Waxed shredded paper.